Hello everyone, with Super Bowl coming up, we gotta have a super recipe. So today we're gonna be making Jack Scalfani's Enchiladas. So you're gonna need quite a few things here. You're gonna need 2 pounds of Mexican cheddar jack blend cheese. You're gonna need 2 bags of these Santitas authentic Mexican chips. That video is so old that they're only $2 in the video. Now they're $2.29 a pop, so that's not too bad. You're gonna need 1 pound of taco and nacho. I could only find the taco one. Cheese. These are 2 8-ounce bags, so there's a pound right there. You're gonna need a large can of paste picante sauce. You can get mild, medium, hot, whatever you feel like. I'm a vagina, so I'm getting the mild sauce. Remember, this is the 24-ounce can. You're gonna need a little bit of milk. You're gonna need 2 28-ounce cans of red or green enchilada sauce. I couldn't find the big cans, so I got 6 cans of red enchilada sauce that are about 10 ounces each, so in one of them we're only going to use half. You're going to need sour cream. You're going to need some black olives. Obviously you don't need a can this big. I need it for the restaurant, so I got to open it anyway. You're going to need 1.5 pounds of ground beef. I have 2 pounds here, so we're just going to chop one in half. And then I think that's it. And then an onion, obviously, too. So the first thing we need to do is we need to go to the video to show us how to chop this onion up. Big ups Gothic King Cobra for the video I stole from you for onion cutting.
Alright. Sorry about that, folks. I didn't mean to drop the fucking phone. Stupid fucking Pam bottle. I'm not doing this shit, YouTube. I tried making that cooking video last night, and it was just one fucking thing after another. I'm not doing it again. No. Fuck this. I'm not doing it again. Okay. Deep breath. Now the first step to making this dish is you're going to take some of your onion and this is how I do it. I just take it, I take an onion, tear it up into chunks, and the chunks don't have to be nice and even, it really doesn't matter. Just drop them into the pan. Now I turn the stove on, this burner that I'm cooking the onions on, to a 6. So with it being on heat temperature setting number 6, yeah, turn it on to 6. That's all you're gonna do. Fuck!
Alright, with our onion cut up, now what we want to do is we want to brown the onion and the ground beef together. So while you're heating up some oil on the stove, I'm going to take a little bit of liberty with this. She just wants you to brown the ground beef and put the onion together with it. She didn't say anything about using oil or seasoning it, but I'm going to season my meat with some kosher salt and black pepper. And I'm just going to assume that you put the ground beef in first, stir it a little bit, and then put the onion in with it, because it didn't look like it got sauteed really good. While you're waiting on that to heat up, also heat your oven up to 350, because we're going to bake this bitch here soon too. I think we can put this in now. Let's get our ground beef right in there. Good. My glove off. Put our onions right inside of it. And we're gonna put a little bit of kosher salt in here. Oop, I went a little heavy, that's okay. That'll give me some extra flavor later. We'll sprinkle a little bit of black pepper in here. Almost went the wrong way. There we go. And then we'll stir this around and we'll cook it for a while. Now, by the looks of how it was cooked, we want the burger to still be about like a medium. We still want it to be real pink on the inside. And we don't want to have really small chunks either. We want to have decent sized chunks of ground beef. So we'll cook this up here a little bit. Shouldn't take too long. Alright, see how we're pretty much cooked up here? We still got a little bit of pink in here, like on this spot. I think this is about where we want to be. Now don't worry about all that extra grease and juice in there. That's actually exactly what we want. So we'll move this off the grill here. Now we need an absurdly large pan here to do this with. So the first thing you're going to do is open up your 2 bags of chips. So open them up. And then crush them inside the bag. You don't have to crush them great, but crush them inside the bag really good. Pour it in there. Now if you didn't crush it the greatest, it's not a big deal. Doesn't have to be perfect like Lisa says, but it should be perfect. I mean, it is a Jack featured recipe. Oops, crush this one. Pour it. If you have to, just use your hands. Alright. Okay, good. Alright, next thing you want to do, if I remember correctly, is take your paste salsa, open it up, pour it right in the middle here. Make sure as you get as much out as you can. Good. Next thing we want to do is we're going to take all of our enchilada mix here. We're going to open them up. Alright, and with all these open and a mess everywhere, we want to dump all of these in. Just be careful you don't spill it all over the place when you're dumping it in. Now since I got 60 ounces and I only want 56 ounces in here, I'm going to pour just half of the last container in here. So I'm going to do one more. Pour half of this in here. That tiny bit more. Good. Alright, now we want to take all of our ground beef, oil and everything, throw it right in there. Don't worry, all that oil and ground beef will soak into the potato chips or the nacho chips, and we will be golden. You won't even notice the difference. Now we want to put in our 2 pounds of cheese, the big cheddar jack ones. Just kind of pour it in the middle. Doesn't matter where you put it. We're going to mix it all around in just a second. There we go. Alright, now get a spoon. And with your spoon, you're going to stir this all together. Mix it in really good. And now the reason we have the milk, which I'll show you in just a second, is because we're not quite saucy enough here. We want to have just a little bit of extra liquid. So what we're going to do is we're going to pour just a little bit of milk in here. Probably no more than a cup of milk. It's probably about that should do it. That'll help make it really, really nice. Alright, good. Now I'm just to show you how absurdly large this is, I'm just gonna step back. That's how large it is. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna move this off to the side a little bit. We're actually gonna use a smaller baking dish to cook this in. So get a small glass dish. This is an 8x13, I think. No, this is the 9x13. Spray it really, really good with Pam, or whatever cooking spray you like to use. If you don't spray it real good, it's gonna end up sticking on you later. Now take a bunch of this shit out of here and coat it really good. Oh, I sprayed too much cooking spray. Woo. There we go. I'm gonna flatten it out just a little bit here. Alright, good. Now you can see we got quite a bit left over still. I have no idea what we're going to do with this, but we're going to focus on this instead. Now, what we want to do is take our 1 pound of the taco cheese we got, and we're going to spread this right over the top here. Don't worry, I got 2 bags of this, so we'll just throw this right in here. We'll get the other bag in here in just a second. I had a little bit of cheese go everywhere. What the fuck? I had some trouble opening this. Dump that cheese right on there. Alright, we got to flatten all this cheese right on the top here. Give it a nice even layer all over the place. Perfecto. Ooh, a little bit right in there. Perfect. Now let's check to see if our oven's up to temp. If it is, we're going to throw this in. Again, we're going to bake it at 350 for 1 whole hour. Alright, our oven's ready. I just made the other tray with the rest of it with just mozzarella cheese on the top. So let's put this one in first. Put it sideways like this. Put on the other one. Alright, and we'll come back in an hour, see how it goes. Alright, it's been the hour. As you can see, I'm making my mac and cheese. It's one of those days. So we're going to pull this right out of the oven here. Let me turn it off before I forget. Let's see how these look. Oh yeah, this one looks pretty good. Put it right on top of a glove here. We'll move it down a little bit. Let's grab the other one. Oh yeah. It's a little lopsided on the glove. Here they are. They look pretty good. So I'm going to let them both cool for a little bit. They actually smell pretty good too. Nice and crispy around the edges. The top's a little bit soft, which should be alright. Looks kind of easy to peel back, but we're going to let them sit for about 5-10 minutes or so, and then we'll cut them and try them out. Alright, so these should be sufficiently cool now. I have the sour cream out, and I have the black olives open and ready to go. Now we need to get the finest of fine china for this meal here, so I got everything ready. So I'm just going to take a nice corner piece here. Can't cut through it. There we go. Oh, look at that, nice and cheesy. So we'll get that one on this plate, and then we'll get some more fine china, which I'm reaching for right now. Yeah, I guess we're gonna have a little extra. We'll get a piece of this one now. Now while I'm cutting this, the smell is actually pretty good. I can smell the meat. You can smell the onions a little bit. And you can really smell that tomatoes. Well, actually, you smell more of the salsa. I don't know what enchilada sauce smells like in general. But here they are. Now, what we got to do is we got to put a little dollop of sour cream on these. We'll put a nice dollop on the top of this one. Get a little less from in here. There we go. Put a dollop of sour cream on this one. Good enough. And then we will put like 5 or 6 black olives right on the top of this. Or more. Doesn't really matter for decoration. We'll do the same with this one. And that is it. That's our lazy man's enchiladas. Now let me take off my retard gear and we'll have a try. Alright, so I got my 2 pieces here. This is the one with the taco blend and this is the mozzarella cheese one. So let's dig in. I'm going to take a little bit of the sour cream. Just going to go right into it. Now it's kind of soft when you pull it out, so it's not like crunchy or anything. It's probably going to be relatively moist with all the crap we put in it. Let's go to try. I can taste the meat. I can definitely taste the cheese. Only a little bit of spice from the mild salsa in that. You don't really taste that too much. You taste mostly the cheese though. And you don't really get much from the nachos. I think they're just all kind of like soggy now. Yeah, really. I'll try and dig inside a little bit. See if I can't get anything besides cheese. No, not really. I mean, you can get into the stuff, you can taste the meat, but you mostly taste cheese and a little bit of the sauce. It's actually really good though. Honestly, for football, this would be perfect, especially if you don't want your guests using the bathroom at all. If you put 3 pounds of cheese in here, it'd be great. And it's just got a little bit of spice kick to it. I actually like this. Let's try it with the mozzarella cheese. How I would rate it for football stuff? Like, this is actually pretty good. I'd give this like an 8 out of 10. You're going to obviously get constipated if you eat a lot. I could see you getting full really quick off of this, so all that crap I made back there, that'll probably feed 12 people. Easy. But in terms of like the football stuff, this is easier than making the cheesy bread and probably more filling than we did last year. But this is really good. Now, when you watch football this year, just remember, football is different than football. Football is a sport invented by European ladies, or otherwise known as soccer, to keep themselves busy while their husbands do all the cooking. So, I mean, enjoy it. Good job, Jack and Lisa. This ain't too bad besides how much cheese is on it. I've been thinking about it. You know what the texture reminds me of? Refried beans. That's exactly what the texture of eating this feels like. And it's pretty salty too, but for me, I don't really care about the salt too much, but it's got like the texture of refried beans. Like I said, it's good. It's a bit tasteless. You just taste really cheese.